How's it going, everybody? CVH here, and it's time for another weekly Elder Scrolls Legends stream. Nice to see you all. Thank you for stopping by on this Friday afternoon. And I see so many of you in chat already. If you guys are new, this is the time of week where we like to sit back, relax, forget about the week's stresses with some card games, some discussion about Legends, some answering of questions, and of course, pack giveaways. We have some pack codes, of course, we're going to give away between every game. Just going to hop right into the Versus Arena here. How you doing, everybody? Nice to see you, Nightfather. How's it going, Gambit? Boom's Life is here. Who's is here? Who's asked earlier? Who is excited about the next Masters Series qualifier? I know I'm excited. Can't play in them, but I will definitely be following the bracket. I was refreshing it constantly last week. Let's just spam that link now if you don't mind. I'll spam it later too. But it's the sign-ups for the second Masters Series qualifier. If you guys have been following along, 3 players already qualified. Person of Secrets, I Like Pasta, and Please Don't Hack Me will all be traveling on our dime to QuakeCon to participate in a 16-man tournament with a $50,000 total prize pool, $20,000 for first. They both survived the first qualifier, but we have exactly 13 more slots. So 3 more will be taken as of Sunday. The qualifier is tomorrow and the next day. Sign-up link is in the chat now. It's free to sign up. You just need to submit your decks, which is, easy process, free process. And we'll see you guys competing tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. But for now, we'll just play some casual arena. That's what we're good at here. Did Lalu 2 weeks ago, I think. I forget what I did last week, but we only went 5-3, so we have to try to take some more wins. Let's go for Telvanni. I feel like it's been a while since I've played Telvanni in the arena. Been playing some Telvanni recently and on the ladder, actually. Some Nixox combos, some Conscription Telvanni, all different kinds of Telvanni decks. It's a great class, and Telvos Magister is a great epic to start our draft. Let's go ahead and take a 2-drop, 2/3 with an upside. These are meh 3-drops. This one especially can be pretty bad if you don't draft correctly. Spirit Knife's one of the best removal options that became available in Houses of Morrowind. A lot of people say there's a lot less removal in Arena now, which is technically true because a couple of the sets rotated out of Arena essentially, but Spirit Knife is one of the exceptions. Great piece of removal that Blue got. Let's see. That's not how spamming works. Oh, you're right. All right, well, we'll just post it. If you want to post it like 10 more times in quick succession, then we can call it spamming. But yeah, you can go ahead and just sign up for the tournament now. It's totally free. You can sign up if you want to wait. It's sign-ups are open until the tournament starts tomorrow. But it was absolutely great to watch the tournament last week. I know Boom's Life is here. It was awesome. He was, I know, like, round 2, I was excited. It was like Boom's Life, who hasn't played competitively in a while, versus Paulo Vitor, who's a Magic Hall of Famer, and they were paired up. And then Paulo won, and he got paired up against Havildar, who then beat him, and then Havildar lost in the next round. It was great. Everyone was losing left and right. It was like a bloodbath. Awesome to watch. Really excited to see who survives the grueling qualifier this week. And of course, we have a point system to fall back on, so the 4 most consistent Masters points earners throughout the qualifiers will also punch their tickets to QuakeCon. I know I just said I was playing a lot of Nixox combo, but in Arena, while it's a good card, I don't think it's quite as good as you can build around it. Bloodline Outcast was amazing when we drafted it last, so we're just going to go ahead and take that right now. Between Telvos and the Outcast, it should be easy to stabilize against any of our aggressive opponents. Do we just take the Mud Crab? Or do we take Freebooter? We already have at least 1 drain. No lethals. This doesn't actually have drain, so we won't get anything off the Freebooter. I don't know. This card is fine. I have enjoyed Mud Crab before, though, because it gives me something to do on the play when I don't have an extra card. Hey, Zero, how you doing? Justin Larson for Permanent Commentator. Well, I can tell you he's definitely going to be commentating this week. I didn't make a new post because the casting talent for this week's qualifier is the same as last week. We have Justin and Charmer. They'll be heading to LA either today or tomorrow, and it'll be great. Excited to see how they cast yet another week of qualifiers. But they're not necessarily going to be the only qualifiers for the series, and they're not necessarily going to be always casting by themselves. For QuakeCon, for example, I'll be part of the casting talent. I'm pretty sure they will be. Don't know what's confirmed, and we'll have some other people too, so stay tuned for more news on that later. What happens if you win a qualifier but can't attend QuakeCon? Well, in that terrible situation, bearing in mind that if you do win a qualifier, you're getting your flight, travel, and everything paid for. Like, you'll be attending on us. You won't have to pay for anything in that case. So if it's a money concern, don't worry about it. Even if you qualify with points, you're getting flight, hotel, all that stuff. But if you just simply something comes up in your personal life, we would try to pass it down to whoever was next in that qualifier, would be how we'd go about it. And I assume if it's a last minute thing, well, hopefully we'd know about it sooner, but cross that bridge when we come to it. But I feel like most people will be able to attend, because if you win at QuakeCon, you get $20,000, which is a lot of money. Definitely an amount that I would want to attend for. Might take a couple days off work if I had to. Well, I can't do that because I'll actually be working there. Awkward, right? All right, let's go ahead and take the Mud Crab for memes, and because I like having 1-drops in my decks when I can. Bone Walker, now I don't really want to fall behind on board to where this card is actually very good, but it's a prophecy anyway, so I'm just going to take it. Could swing back a game in our favor. Betty Netch. I don't see Griffin Gasp here in the chat yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the better card, Mountain Tyrant. Good 6-drop, 6/6. Looks like we have a really strong mid-game so far. Knight of Genesis? I assume that's how you say that. It's got to be Genesis. The Knight, the Rally Knight. It's a good card. Good to plop down a rally early and make our creatures really hard to handle. Or we could just take the Drain. But I think we already have pretty good stabilization tools. I'll just shore up the early game a little bit. I feel like that's where the deck is currently a little bit weak. And we're pretty purple heavy so far, but I don't imagine that's going to stay for too long because we are a 3-attribute deck. But I don't think Automaton does anything for us. Finish off's good removal. We could just take the finish off. And I think that's probably where I'm going to land. If it's just based on what I have so far, it's the Stalwart Ally, but I think I'm just going to take removal. Let's see what happens. Family reunion that weekend, man. Well, if you win a qualifier, you'll have to choose between your family and a lot of money. That's just what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know, because we don't really do family reunions in my family, but I imagine that if we did, my family's a bunch of crazy Italians, so if I was like, hey guys, I have to go win money instead of hanging out with you, they'd be like, oh, go for it. We'll have some leftover spaghetti for you when you get back. Stereotypes are okay when you're Italian. Oathman, we only have purple, we don't have any yellow, and I think the gaining life is probably the stronger effect in Arena. We do have exactly one neutral card for Shulk Fabricant, and I mean the stat line isn't even that good. I think Cunning Ally is more likely to hit than Shulk, and if we don't hit either of them, I definitely prefer a 3-drop 3/3 to either of the other two stat lines. All three are kind of awkward in a 3-colored deck, but we'll go with Cunning Ally for now. Skeleton Champion, the 4-cost 4/4. Thought that was a skeleton for a second. That is a skeleton, so we have at least one thing to hit, and we don't have any items. 4-drop 4/4 is fine. Hatchery Meddler versus Ghostgate Defender. I feel like I kind of want Hatchery Meddler. I feel like it's a more impactful card when it does have a target. So that's fine. Yeah, we'll take that. Ghostgate's kind of I don't know. With the money you can pay for another family reunion. Pretty much, right? Honestly. Any leaked news on the new client update? I certainly hope not, because if it leaked, that means we didn't put it out there. But unfortunately, I don't even want to say this because I know some of you are just going to be really sad after I say this. I don't have any big news to share on the refresh. We haven't really given any concrete news yet. Anything that was said about dates or times or theoretical things with the refresh, it's all been theoretical. We've been very careful to not say any dates in stone yet because we simply are not ready to do so. As soon as we can say a date set in stone, like this is when it's going to be the new client, I'll be the first to tell you guys. But until then, unfortunately, you're just going to have to wait. It's Nisus? Really? Interesting. How much for the 20,000? Well, I don't understand taxes. I really don't understand taxes. But it's a $20,000 first place prize. That much I can tell you. And then taxes do whatever they do. I have a friend of the family who said her brother won a good amount in the lottery once, and taxes took a lot out of that. But I think he's also from Canada, so I don't really know how that works there either. Wow, this is actually really tough. Not a bad 1-drop, obviously, better than Mud Crab. Really good 6. Can just snowball the game, but I am a sucker for blood magic spells. But I think in Arena, the power levels flip, and this becomes a little bit better just because it's so unlikely to be answered. This is better in Constructed because you can play it in a turn where things are already going to be dying and get an immediate effect and not have to worry about removal. But in Arena, because that's so much rarer, cards like Spirit Knife and Javelin are not as, the effects that they generate aren't as common as they are in Constructed. I feel like this card actually has higher payoff usually. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I have no idea, guys. But, I mean, either way, you'll be winning an amount of money that can likely just pay for a new car or something. That's pretty good, right? Whatever you want to do with 20,000 or whatever that gets taxed, yeah. And of course, anyone who qualifies for QuakeCon is walking away with something, I believe. Down to 16th, everyone is walking away with $500 and a free trip to QuakeCon, which is pretty sick. So I would probably make time for that, even if you just like, I qualified for the QuakeCon Master. Don't do this, by the way. I qualified for the QuakeCon Master Series. Just gonna go enjoy a trip, not prepare any decks, play like Enraged Mudcrab in all my decks, whatever. Just gonna go 0-3 or 0-2 in the group stage and take my money and enjoy a trip. Like, even for that, it's technically worth it, but you might as well try to win a bunch more money. Because every stage that you're like, oh, made it out of the group stage, I get more than twice as much money. Oh, made it to top 4. It goes up again by like double. It's pretty good. I think it's a pretty good split of prizes. I'm excited to see the level of competition tomorrow when people try to get into it. I think I want the Thieves Guilds. Just because I need more creatures to play on turn 2, and we have a couple things we could reduce technically. Wow, well, I guess Glass Greaves and Treeminder are kind of similar. I really don't like Treeminder too much in the arena. I feel like I'd rather have the Battle Trick, sort of. Treeminder just doesn't have enough stats for me. Henchman, it's something we can do on 2, and it's something we can do later and not feel bad about, which is rare on a 2-drop. Reachman Shaman, it's okay too. We have like a bunch of okay 2s, but I would rather that than having no 2-drops. Deadly Draugr, again, an okay 1-cost creature. Shadow Shift, pretty powerful, and I also like the cycle. I think I'm going to take that over Curse Spectre, even though I like Silence a lot too. Pilfer Monk incoming if I qualify. I would not expect anything less. And you could play like multiple Pilfer decks. You could play like Pilfer Monk, Pilfer Hlaalu, I guess, has the Monk colors in it. You could make sure a Pilfer deck doesn't get banned. Where do we sign up for the qualifiers? There you go. It's there. Trying to improve my spam game. Nice, Wes. Yeah, it's working. All right, we could take another henchman. Just going to take some more removal. Feel like we need some more. Swamp Leviathan. It's even bigger than the Outcast. I like it. Our mid to late game is looking strong. 2-drop 3-2 is better than a 3-drop 3-3. And Drain Blood, I have mixed opinions about it. It's okay in a pinch, but we look like we're doing okay with removal so far. With Finish Off, Spirit Knife, and wherever it went, Reverberating Strike. There we go. This is what I'm talking about, though. Like, we're moving into the draft, and we have a pretty even spread of colors, so we can't really rely on a lot of these things. Telvanni Catspaw, that would work well with the Betray, but we don't have any. But it's still okay, right? I think it's still okay. I've seen a lot of people say Throne Aligned is really good. I'm sure it's pretty good, but I feel like I'm just going to take Catspaw. 3 cost 2/2, draws a card. That's more my speed, but Throne Aligned might actually be correct there. Say something meme-worthy. Wait, me or the actual Bethesda? Ooh. Peleus' Conscription is probably not good enough, because it's just a million mana. A million Magicka. House Kinsman is fine. Trader's Flames is really intriguing, though, and I haven't tried it in Arena yet. Deal 2 damage to all enemy creatures in a lane, and we could get the Betray to deal 4 to all in a lane. You know, I'm going to give this a shot. I think this could be pretty powerful in Arena. We'll have to see if I'm correct there. Mistveil Warden is playable in our deck, but not great. Ash Oppressor seems like it could be pretty great, but I think it's just another Bloodline Outcast. Like, it's our 5th 7-drop, so after this I really have to not take 7s, but this kind of ensures that I'll be able to play one of these on turn 6 or 7, which is great. So I'm going to take the greedy Outcast there. And, wow, I really don't like the Courier for 2-drops, though. Could just be Ash Oppressor now, and I think it will be. Lawman is really powerful too, but it's just the curve. The curve scares me. I don't feel too bad about playing a 3-cost 4/3, even if I don't get the effect. Wow, we could have 3 Outcasts. That really can't be the pick, right? We should probably diversify our curve a little bit and maybe take Restless Templar, gain some life there. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Although 3 Outcasts was really tempting. Could take another Mountain Tyrant, have 4 6 costs, or we just take Ghostgate Defender. Where do you keep Todd when he's not memeing on stage at E3? Well, I don't keep him anywhere. I'll see if he just... Oh, that'd be something if he just pops by. Probably not. Ghostgate Defender... Yeah, it's probably fine. Probably fine. I wish I was more excited about it. It increases our blue count for the Cunning Ally. But it really could just be a Mountain Tyrant. I'm just going to take the Defender. Too scared of the curve. It's already awkward. Hey, first 5-drop and it's a good rally. I like it a lot. We do have exactly 1 Betray card now in the Spirit... No, not the Spirit Knife. The Trader's Flames. So Catspaw number 2 would make a little bit more sense. Oh, we could take another Betray card, actually, but I don't like this one too much. I could just take the Throne Aligned here and use it to take over the board early. 2 cost 3/3 essentially. Is it better than another Cat's Paw? That's the question. You know, I think it probably is. This curve is kind of strange. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, all you have to do to enable Twitch drops is go to your account page on Twitch, your settings, and link Bethesda and Twitch. Actually, is that done on the Twitch or Bethesda side? It's been so long since I had to link my accounts. But if you look up how to set up Twitch drops, there will be a guide more helpful than me. Yeah, if you log into your account on their site, our site, there's a button to link your Twitch account. And outside of that, it's just a matter of being in a stream that has drops enabled, which all streams for Elder Scrolls Legends should. No streamer has gone out of their way to disable them, I don't think, which would be kind of weird. But yeah, it's pretty easy. But since this is the Legends stream, I know there's an Elder Scrolls Online stream later tonight. I think that's at 6 p.m. Eastern, so a little under 3 hours from now. You'll be getting Legends drops for this one. And if you're watching like a Quake Champion stream, for example, you might be getting a Quake drop. Or you would be getting a Quake drop if you got drops. And we could even keep the 4. We have the ring. I think this is probably one of our better 4s, right? I'm kind of drawing a blank on which 4s we have, but 4 cost 4/4. Can't be too bad. So we could go for ring footpad turn 1, then next turn we attack with it and give it Throne of Lines to make it a 6/5. Could be good. We'd have to miss our next attack, but that's a lot of stats. Is there a way to change my Tesla name? I read somewhere able to change it through Bethesda support. That's who I would contact. I really have nothing to do with Bethesda support, but yeah, if you contact Bethesda support, they might be able to help you. No guarantee. I don't know what the policy is exactly on that. But if someone else said it was possible, then I assume it's possible. What is the relation between Legends and Elder Scrolls 6 besides sharing the same universe? That's pretty much where it stops. The Elder Scrolls Legends is the card game in the Elder Scrolls universe, essentially. It's not like in the game, so the characters in the Elder Scrolls games aren't playing Legends, but essentially based around the same sort of characters and everything. Do you see Todd Howard at work, and does he look like he's working on Elder Scrolls 6? We don't work on the same floor, I'm sorry to report, but I've seen him around every now and then. It was fun to get to hang out with him and everyone else backstage at E3. Good guy. Good guy. I'm sure he's working hard as we speak. Just won 3 arena tickets. Congratulations, Easter Bro. Lalu Arg. Well, it's only arena. Although our Lalu are deck in arena, we started 6-0, and then I had to play the final game off stream, but it easily took the 7th game. And then I think last week we played Tribunal. I think it was Tribunal, and we only went 5-3, but it was a pretty okay deck. I liked it. When you do see him, does it look like he's thinking about Elder Scrolls 6? I mean, isn't everybody? Actually, I'm mostly thinking about the Master Series. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Let's see. After a drop, I waited like 23 hours before watching again. Still, I need to watch 6 or 8 hours to get a drop. Can you please check if there's a problem with getting drops on Twitch Android? I don't think there is. I think that's just variance not doing you right. But the odds are not in favor of you having to wait that long, but it can theoretically still happen. Are you going to use the add-on again you had at the E3 stream? I think that went pretty well. We're definitely going to do some interesting things with Twitch moving forward. We're going to have to give away some pack codes really soon, because this guy is gone. Nope, he's actually just dead. Are you disappointed you can't compete? I'm not going to lie and say that I'm really glad I can't compete. Part of me thinks that mostly, like when I'm watching the bracket, I'm like, man, this is... Because like a year ago, you guys know, I was really pushing for organized play. Back when I was not working for Bethesda, I was like, wow, I really hope we get some tournaments that I can compete in soon. And this is exactly the kind of tournament that I would have wanted to compete in. And I know that because I basically designed the format and like the qualifiers and like the main event and stuff and had like a huge hand in it. So I did kind of design the tournament that I would want to play in and then sort of block myself from playing in it because I can't play in Legends tournaments for money, obviously. So that is sad, but I'm happy enough knowing that I created the tournament that I always wanted, or played a part in it at least. And I'm excited I can cast it. I already get to go to QuakeCon. I don't have to stress myself out at qualifiers and deck building and everything. I just get to go. I get to get paid to go there and work on it and cast, and it'll be fun. and I get to watch someone else win a massive amount of money for playing Legends, which is pretty awesome. And we have 2 winners of 2 packs of Houses of Morrowind so far, Gnome King and Italy Ricky. Congratulations. CVH is the win condition. I'm like Jarl Balgruf. Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat bittersweet, but it's okay. It would be super awkward to like have a Bethesda employee win a tournament that was put on by Bethesda. So that's obviously not a thing I can do for obvious reasons, but yeah, it's fun enough to be a part of it, honestly. I will say organizing tournaments is more stressful than building decks and preparing for them, but you know, getting to sit back and watch and see how the cast went last week was just super cool. Just super cool to know that I played any part in that, and really excited to see how it goes in the next few weeks too. Bethesda organized ZZ opponents to make CVH flourish on stream. Flourish even, I like that. Tournament like this, 50,000 it's the last one? What do you mean? The qualifiers are a $1,000 prize pool if that's what you mean. I think it's 400 to first, and the QuakeCon tournament's the $50,000 prize pool with 20,000 to first. Whoa, attend the tournament with a fake mustache and a top hat, and Wes wants me to wear a fedora now. It's just awesome. Can't wait to do that, clearly. I guess I have to strike this, or I could just trade and play Ash Oppressor, which might be better. Or I could just not trade and play Ash Oppressor, and maybe he makes the critical mistake to not trade. But if I do that, he's totally going to equip an item to it and then give it less reward and then ruin my day. So I'm just going to trade. Yeah, the finals had some really good moments. Crab plus Mundus is a classic. And yeah, it's going to be fun to like think about in the future. How impactful the RNG and stuff really is. Ooh, this is a good throne aligned. I'm liking this. Good throne aligned. Any updates on Sparky Pants, the new game coming shortly? I'm just gonna, even though I mentioned this earlier, obviously people are gonna keep asking throughout the stream, so unfortunately no. When there is like big news, like a date for the new client, trust that I won't wait until like a stream to spoil it. That'll be something that like goes up in an announcement, at least on Reddit or on social media, so you know, I wouldn't make you guys have to tune in to know what's going on. But I'm looking forward to spoiling more things on stream and like teasing things out. But for like big news, don't worry, you guys will all know when it happens. 3-5 versus 5-3. I'll take the 5-3. Yeah, I think that's better. Trades up with 4-5s and 5-5s. Yeah. Yeah, Justin and Charmer will be back casting this weekend's whatever it's called, Master Series broadcast. We have the night, but do we want to trade? Yeah, we do, because we have the better late game, almost definitely. And that's actually pretty important, I think, because it protects against chargers. Now I'm linked with Bethesda on Twitch, happy and ready. Awesome. So we should probably take the time to finish that off this turn and see what happens here. So we want to deal the damage. Definitely want to get the rally in. Does it hit Giant Bat? It does not. But I think I'll still play the Giant Bat because I have the time. Shouldn't Hatchling Meddler's effect read you may swap? Well, a lot of those effects, like Rothgar Artisan just says, I'm pretty sure it says give a friendly creature +1/+1, but you can still cancel it. Unlike Hearthstone, which is a game where most things will say you may if it's optional, or like many trading card games work that way too. The precedent in this game is that if there's an effect that you control, you can cancel it. So like Wardcrafter, give a friendly creature a ward. I don't think it says may, but you can definitely cancel Wardcrafter. I remember a tournament that I did play in about a year ago. I like turn 1, Ring of Magicka, play a Wardcrafter, and then I misclicked and canceled the effect, and the casters were like, did he mean to do that? Is this some next level CVH play? But no, it was just a misclick, which is really unfortunate. Let's see what we want to do here. This is a pretty awkward board. Honestly, I could just play the Outcast. I do want to deal with that, I think. Yep. Because it could grow if I do not deal with it. Although I could just play this 8/8 in the right. and say, hey, deal with this, or it'll start dealing a bunch of damage. You know, let's do that. Or we could just put it over here, too. Yeah, let's put it over here. That seems way better. You can't cancel Gambler, though. That's true. That's true. And that's a kind of can be confusing, too. But that part of the effect is like a cost for the effect. It's weird. I'd have to check the wording one more time. But yeah, you cannot cancel Gambler. If you play Gambler with one other card in hand, you're discarding that card, just so you know. What do you think's better to pick in Arena, the triple attribute houses or the classic dual attribute classes? Or are they pretty even? That's a good question. I'd like to give you a better answer, but honestly I've been defaulting to the 3 attribute ones just because I enjoy them more and I think it shows more cards and cooler combos when I'm doing the streams, and I haven't really played a whole lot of Arena off stream, so not the best person to ask there. What if I misordered this intentionally so he gave me cards? Is that insane? Or is it correct? Because I'm at 29, and if he attacks me and gives me cards, I'm happy. I'm going to intentionally misorder this.
Your death will be painful.
So before anyone says, oh my god, he misordered this, just know that I'm doing this on purpose, which might be weird. I totally understand that it looks weird. But I feel like if my opponent makes the mistake, in my opinion, of attacking me for 4, and I get an extra card off of that, I'm pretty okay with it, and I can pretty easily drain next turn whenever I want. And I'm also at a really high life total. Absolutely terribad. You're not wrong. He didn't attack, so he knew what I was trying to go for, and Bonewalker is just big enough to be annoying. Since we know he's not going to attack, I guess I take the value from the drain right now. Might as well deal with this. I feel like killing this is better just in case he draws one of these drainer lethals. And, I mean, actually we don't have to do that, right? I think the correct play is probably to go this, and then try to take these to trade and keep my 8-3 around. Yeah, that seems better. Not that this doesn't die to other things. So theoretically, this trades with these trade with this, and then I have an 8-3 against whatever 2 cards are in his hand, one of which likely trades with the 8-3, so theoretically I think we're 1 card behind, but I have way more mid-game in my deck, so we're kind of banking on having better tools than he does. So one of his cards gave him an additional card there, essentially. No, it didn't, because I thought he was going to target that, but he did not. So that makes sense. He's trading there. Yeah, okay, so it's just the 1-for-1 that we thought was going to happen. And yeah, awkwardly, we still don't have a great way to deal with this. And if I go in for 8 and give him 2 more cards, I think we fall behind. So I'm pretty sure I just take this trade now. And play a 4-4. And now we're only down 1 card. We're up some life. We've given him 1 extra card this game, and he's up 1 card. I think there's a correlation there. Yeah, the Elder Scrolls Online stream will be 6 p.m. tonight. Bonewalker. This is what I was talking about. First of all, we drew the wrong skeleton first. So that's not super ideal. But again, I don't feel like we can give him cards here. So what do we have left? We have we have 1 more Bloodline Outcast. We have the Swamp Leviathan. We have 2 or 3 or maybe even more 6-drops. We have Spirit Knife. At this point, he's drawing and playing 1 card a turn. I'm just going to play this out there. And probably take that double trade, see what happens, see what he does. It's not a good trade.
You can't defeat me.
Bloodline Outcast of his own, huh? Fair enough. Both Telvanni decks, Bloodline Outcast. And Spirit Knife is really good. Goodness. And Swamp Leviathan is really good, even though I can't play it right now. But I can play it next turn. It's good enough with me. Why don't you play with the constructed deck on some of these streams? You could showcase some meta decks or the budget decks on the website. That's a good suggestion. I've done constructed before, but oh Jesus, he was waiting for me to hold a card with Magicka floating. Fair enough. Let's play some stuff over here. Mud Crab, great. Do I need to play this Mud Crab? What if he has another one of these? I'm not going to attack next turn anyway. I'm going to make him sweat. I'm going to hold the Mud Crab. See what happens with it. I have a 2-for-1 there. He's dealing a little bit of chip damage. That's fine with me. We're drawing pretty much nothing useful. I can't actually take that trade. What am I doing? I guess I'll play this out. I'm still going to hold the Mud Crab. I can't think of a compelling reason to play it. That's probably not a compelling reason to hold it either. But it's funnier if I hold it and really hype it up. Oh, I'm excited Transtrad. Absolutely.
Above all, discipline.
Yeah, we could do some budget constructed. We could do some regular constructed. I do have a habit when I'm playing constructed to play like just meta decks that I think you're going to straight up win games. And that can definitely not be everyone's cup of tea. So I do try to focus more on Arena. Probably no way around this. Just gonna have to trade with that over 2 attacks. Keep the Greaves for when I can do something with it. Just play it slow. We have some more mid-game to fall back on. I only have 10 cards in my deck. And so does he. I feel like ours are gonna be better. I have one of those too somewhere.
Don't step out of line.
It's getting a little scary, right? Alright, there we go. That's what we're looking for. So, let's see. If I play the Greaves on this... Just double trades into that, or he trades back into my Blacksmith. Which isn't that bad, I guess. I actually don't need to play Greaves this turn, right? I can do that. He'll trade there, and then I'll have 3, 4, 5, 6 with this.
Do not test me.
But I do need to play this turn. He can deal 8 damage, which means I'll draw 2 cards on his turn and 1 on mine. I'll be down to 6. And he'll be down to 8 the following turn. So I have to turn this around. I know that. I have to take back the board. I think it's possible, especially if we can find Telvas. And we have like a 1 and 3 to find the Telvas Magister. Because we only have like 9 cards left. About to draw a few of them. And he rallied, but it wasn't a huge creature that he rallied. And he doesn't go in. He's trying to save up. This could be really average, I guess, if we hit. I think I still play it over here.
Let's shed some light
And we
on
do. Maybe the next card is the Telvas. Nice. Not gonna lie, I had no idea what the odds were there, really. Yeah, well, Greaves here to keep it alive. And, I mean, if we firebolt that instead of just attacking, he just attacks over. It doesn't really help me any, so I'm just going to trade. He doesn't have a good trade there. Yeah, I think I'm still feeling okay about this. I know you're a tryhard. I used to sub to your channel. Miss my polka emotes, though. Oh, no. I checked my Twitch dashboard recently, and I have 1 sub point, and it's me. It's weird to see. I mean, I know it would happen eventually. Ooh, so he did not get to search, but he got the skeletons. Or he did get to search. No, he didn't get to search. He doesn't have a blue thing out. So that was pretty annoying. And this is not the card I was looking for. I don't really need to draw more. Maybe I have to play it anyway. Nah, I probably don't, though. No, I probably should, because it also punches for a little bit of damage.
I have you now. Must I do everything myself?
Okay. Might wind up firebolting that, but not now. Might wind up doing it if I draw Telvas Magister, because that's a really efficient way to deal with my face ward. But I don't think that he's going to have a good answer for that. That's one of the weakest cards he could have drawn, I imagine. Shadow Shift. Is my deck just nothing but cycle? If I find Telvas, do I win or do I lose? I only have 1 less card. I could... How about this? I am going to firebolt that. It's going to feel pretty good. Restless Templar helps somewhat. Don't give me that blinky notification that stresses me out.
I learn quickly.
I have to kill that, right? So he attacks for 4. I draw a card. Then I draw another card. And then I draw a card for my turn. Then I'm at 2 cards. I have a Telvas. He goes down to 6 cards. Ew, this is not as good as I had hoped. Well, actually, if he attacks my face, so he won't be able to attack me here and attack my face for another one. Actually, no, it works still. Yeah, this is pretty annoying. We'll see what he does. I'm pretty sure he attacks my 2-1, though. Or maybe not. No, he attacks my 2-1, because he's already breaking 1 rune, yeah. So maybe the movement was the problem there. But the face ward does not protect me against... Oh, he didn't break a rune, interesting. Trader's Flames. The only downside being that I won't be able to play Telvas in the same turn. This is weird. I mean, I have 3 cards left. I know one of them is Outcast. The Swamp Leviathan's gone. And I think the last one is the 6/6 with Guard? Well, it's the 6/6 with Guard, the Outcast, and what in the world else? It's not Mud Crab. Is it a 2-drop? I don't think so. Huh, I wish I knew, because it's probably going to be the one that I don't know. I probably just trade here and play Telvas. I feel like Telvas is more important.
We can help one another.
And Trader's Flames, if I don't sacrifice the 4/2, isn't that good anyway. And I can already trade favorably, but I don't think I have a good Trader's Flames target anymore. Huh.
You left me no choice.
He's also already down 1 rune compared to me. And I think that's a trend that... Ooh, Telvanni Cat's Paw, I can get rid of it. And it's going to make him draw a card. It's going to feel so good. For now, though, he can't break another rune. So I'm going to go down to 1 card next turn. And he's still not going to be able to break that rune. And then it's going to be amazing. And... Well, he might be able to break the rune if I don't trade there. So I guess I trade there, and then next turn I start attacking him. I think I win this.
Sorry it had to come to this.
I think I win this.
You can't defeat me.
But this is definitely a longer game than the first one. Let's see. Have you noticed only 100 players registered for second qualifier instead of 250 in the first qualifier? I think it's because many newbies ran into top 1 to 100 players in the first or second round. The signups for the last qualifier shot up. Oh, it's that thing. Nice. The signups for the first qualifier shot up by a lot after the like on the last day. So I think there's still time to exceed expectations. So he draws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we win.
Sorry it had to come to this.
I can just sacrifice this now. He's drawing cards. We're making him draw more cards. Is he out of cards yet? On his turn, he will be. Oh, he is. So then he loses his last rune, and he has to kill me, essentially. And then even after I draw my last card, I'll have a few turns of wiggle room, so yeah, there's no way. Nice. That's pretty easy. Outcast OP in Arena. It's really good. Yep. But yeah, I think there's still time for the signups to go up. I'll make sure to message it out a little bit more, and make sure Bethesda's messaging it out on their channels and stuff, well, on our channels, you know, the different Twitters and everything. And I think the signups will be fine. But I imagine that even though there was 256 people signing up the last week, there was in between 128 and 256, so like the bracket was 256 man bracket with some buys, and I think that'll be the trend. Foe Hunter and Desmarian, congratulations, you are the 2 winners between the rounds of 2 more packs of Houses of Morrowind each. I'll be sending those out after the stream, so be sure to check your whisper messages a couple hours after the stream. I know last week I sent them out a little bit late, my bad, but they will get out there. Outcast is a straight gangster in Arena. I agree. Can I keep the cards I draft in Arena? I'm sorry, Van, you cannot. That'd be a little too good for 150 gold. I wonder if there's a way to do that for like a fun weekend event or something like that. I mean, I could keep Ghostgate, but yeah. Would rather find a 3. Another Telvanni. Hellstrom Footpad, starting with a 2-cost 3/2, seems pretty good. I'd play Blacksmith if we had any way to capitalize on it, but we don't. And we already have the mid-game, so we know where it is right now. So I guess our last card was the 6/6. And I forgot the Sails Through Storm was in our deck. That would have been pretty awful with 0 cards left in my deck. Funny but awful. Face? Wow, he's going to get that. That's pretty good. I guess I should just take the trade then. And the only way he'll get the Slay effect is if he has an item. Because Slay only works when you're attacking. As the helpful tooltip states, well, when it destroys a creature on your turn. Doesn't actually have to attack, but some do. I don't know about the availability of fatigue, kill efficiency. Is it good for 3 attributes? No. I mean, you don't want to base a deck around making your opponent run out of cards, because in actual games, your opponent's going to have at least 50 cards in their deck, so it doesn't really happen, but in the rarest of cases. But it was cool to see there. So, 2-3? Yeah. Good enough. Barely good enough. Do I give ESL lessons? Fun fact, I mean, that's obviously kind of a joke, but I used to actually. Because I was like sort of full-time in content creation and stuff, and one of the ways I chose to diversify my income, which is really important if you're trying to make a living off of like gaming or content creation, was actually Elder Scrolls Legends coaching, and I charged $20 an hour, and it was kind of successful, yeah. I actually charged $15 an hour for a long time, but then I had to up it because I was actually getting, for a while I was getting more requests than I could handle, and it made more sense at that price for me to stream those hours instead of coaching, because coaching is difficult compared to streaming, I think. Well, it depends. For some people, it might be harder to do one or the other, but that was one thing that I did.
That's worth knowing now, isn't it?
Coaching, YouTube, Twitch, website, other stuff. Whatever you can do, you try to do. And it doesn't really do anything for him. Feels pretty good. I did have a subscriber discount. Yeah, that's if you have like a sub button on Twitch or I don't know, any fun thing really. You can say give a discount to subscribers, Patreons, whatever you're using. There's a lot of ways to monetize yourself when you're making content, but the important thing is to figure those ways out when you're starting content creation. Well, not when you're starting content creation, but like if you're trying to take it to that next level. When you're starting, I wouldn't worry about money. It stresses people out, and you don't want to focus on those numbers, and that's one of the things I would definitely try to avoid. And one of the things I kind of messed up when I was getting into it was that I was too focused on numbers, because I made myself be, since I was really laser focused on trying to make a career out of it. But you know, once you get down the line, you have to realize, hey, I have to really think about the ways I can monetize and promote myself, because you're kind of a one-man business at that point. Hit 2 birds with 1 stone and stream while teaching. Yeah, I try to keep it pretty informative, because I know a lot of people who tune into these are stone cold new to the game or just trying to get a little bit better. Yeah, some people who ask for coaching don't want that to be on stream. When I did coaching, you never want to actually... I never did it on stream, but you can do that, I guess. You can give discounts to people if they want to do it on stream, I guess. But I found it easier to coach when I wasn't trying to read chat, too. Something definitely would have been, you know, not done to the best of the abilities if I had done it all on stream. Cunning Ally. If it hits, how much better does my turn get? I already have a trade there. I mean, it gets a little bit better. Do I even need to... I mean, I really wish I could like play this in the right so I could just ping that off and get rid of it next turn. I could just shackle it this turn. Giant Bat Ash Oppressor, not even worry about this card. But the problem is I don't actually pilfer unless I deal damage. I'd really like to pilfer. Yikes. Alright, so now I have to Giant Bat, right? Or I lose my 8-3. Or I could lose my 8-3. No, it doesn't work. Could lose my 8-3. Nah. Yeah, I guess I have to Giant Bat. So I can take this slightly favorable trade and then ping off the face ward. Then maybe next turn I can actually get this card's effect. That'd be really good. There might have been a better way to do that. Miss your green screen? You don't like the background? Check out the lighting. It's great. I mean, I like the green screen too. I almost set up my green screen in my apartment, and then it was just way too much work because the lighting and everything. I'm a huge proponent of having good lighting if you have a green screen, and there's no room for that in the room that I'm currently set up in my apartment. Ooh. So many 7-drops. The combined cost of cards in my hand right now is immense. Pretty surprised he's playing that there, because I have a pretty easy trade, which I will take. And then let's see what we get off of the Sails Through Storms, which I'm really happy to be able to play now. Okay, free 4/4, not bad. And maybe it's Outcast time. I think so. Are those Philips Hue lights? I actually don't know what they are. They are like the gels you put on top of them to change their color. I don't know what kind of lights they're actually, though. The curve in your hand is rough, I know. It's super rough. The couch is nice, yeah. And this is only part of the couch. Haven't even seen it in its final form. Wow, double tail boss. This deck is pretty good. I think ours is better. But it's close. I can deal a lot. 14 damage, or I could just trade with that like a smart person. Probably, right? Any way to kill something first? I don't want to play Trader's Flames on one thing. I could Trader's Flames and kill both of those with that combination. I don't know.
Mud and mayhem.
I think first I want to see what I get.
Sail through storms, does it again.
Pretty good free card, man. And I can switch the stats on that next turn if I need extra damage. Whew. Honestly, this play is kind of making sense. Because then I can just go face. Shackle that. Trader's Flames. Sacrifice the 4-3 because it's the weakest thing I have. I get the drain for 7, hit for 7. He still gets 1 face ward, but he can't attack with that, which makes the item I gave him kind of useless. The next turn we can hit for 4 and deal 5, 11, because we can swap it. 18. That's well over the amount I need to kill him. And he has Ungolem in the deck too. Wow. Yeah, his deck's really good. But can't compete with my army of 7 drops.
Try this on for size.
Yeah, our swapping of stats should do fine here, and then we have 12 damage. I would be slightly off of lethal. That's fine. I think that's fine. And of course, throwing a line shackles the creature, so we can't just use that. Anything good? Any way to get 1 more damage here? Doesn't look like it. I mean, I'm at 26, so actually I'm at 30 something now. And let's just play another Outcast. It's huge. Don't think there's a way for him to come back here. Hey, my day's going well, Echo. Hopefully yours is too. Did Todd Howard compel you to bend the knee and kiss the ring when you first met him? No, actually. I know, surprising. Maybe he does that for some people. But yeah, you'll find most famous people are very normal in person. Very normal in person. To the point where if like you didn't know what they looked like, you would never know. It's been my experience in like the few famous people I've ever met though. Alright, 3-0, and we have 2 more 2-pack codes to give away. Let's give some away to the chat. All you gotta do again to win these giveaways is be following Bethesda here on Twitch and just be in the chat somewhere. You don't have to be chatting, you just have to be here like you all are. If you can hear me right now, you're pretty much eligible as long as you're following the channel. And we have Zyzets and Ultra Balerion. Congratulations. Again, check your whispers after the stream. That's where I'll be sending them. Just a little bit after the stream ends. That's what would happen if you met George R.R. Martin. That's a good one. When is that next season? No one knows. .3-0. Feeling good. I think this deck could go the distance. I say that, and then we immediately go 3-3. The old curse. I'm still really liking this lap pad too. This is super nice. Definitely want to keep the 2. If I had the ring, I'd consider keeping that. It's only 5. And Rally is just really good. And as you can see, a lot of people do gravitate towards the 3 attribute houses. Betray 10 creatures. This game became so cruel. Oh wait, yeah, I do have that quest. I took it accidentally earlier, as a matter of fact. Forgot I had it. Let's just develop stuff over here. You know, we're not too worried about that. We can play the 2-3 against it next turn. Does the quality of drop you get impact the minimum time without the drop? No, it does not. And yeah, the minimum time is just a minimum. It's not like you're guaranteed to get a drop after that amount of time. Yeah, let's play the knight over here, just so he doesn't item up and kill it, and then make sure he can't get that slay effect. This card is pretty powerful in Arena. 3 cost, 2/4 doesn't really cut the mustard a lot of the time in Constructed, but in Arena it definitely cuts the mustard.
I stand to serve.
Bruma. Interesting. I guess I could just Bone Walker. It's a 3/4 with guard, protects this a little bit.
Death before dishonor.
Can't rally it up, but I want to make sure that I do have the 3/4. Just watching one of your Essential Epics videos just this morning. What tips do you have for helping a new player learn the game? Well, first of all, take that video with a grain of salt because I made it like a year and a half ago, so a lot more cards are out now than there were. Besides that, though, I would just say, you know, watching streams and videos is a good place to be, particularly ones from this year are more, you know, relative to how the meta's going and everything. But, you know, just watching people, taking your time, I wouldn't say, like, you know, if you happen to get your ass kind of kicked and ranked a little bit, don't worry about it. There's a lot of time to learn. Play a lot of Arena. Arena was a really good place for me when I was learning the fundamentals, and wanted to also build my collection. So if you want to build a collection without spending a lot of money, or at least spending not a lot of money quickly, Arena is a good place if you're okay with taking that time. A lot of people always equate the free-to-play experience to 2 avenues, which are like simply spending money or just not spending money and calculating like the daily quests and everything. But Arena is a really good place to transform gold into soul gems. It just takes a little bit of work because you actually have to play games, but I mean, that's fun to do. That's why we're all here in the first place, and it's a good place to learn how things work with a wide card pool. I think I Shadow Shift and keep this alive for a long time. Buff this thing again. It's kind of huge. I could just play it and finish off. Protects this against chargers.
I live to serve.
I don't know if this is a great finish off. I also could have played the Greaves, I guess, but I was thinking about playing this instead. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Benjamin. I appreciate that.
You can tell them you thought of
And there's a bunch of other great streamers out there, too. I'm fairly new to the game and I'm super disappointed. Khajiit Tribal isn't good. Yeah, I don't think there's a single card that actually says, you know, buff all your Khajiit or something. I'm not saying it'll never happen, but that is notably something people get upset about often. Like, everyone loves the Khajiit. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people do.
Kill them all.
But yeah, Pilfer Monk and Khajiit decks in general are just things that everyone really wants to be good. Here's Spriggan deck idea. Wait, is that not, you're not sending that? Send it. It's great. Yeah. Well, that actually, there's at least one card that cares about Spriggan. So Spriggan have more support than Khajiit, which is really sad. We have to change that. We can't let Wes's pet Spriggan deck be good. What are we doing? Well, could make this a 1/7. That seems way worse. Let's play Cunning Ally. Yeah.
Let's
Please
shed
hit.
some light on the
Wow. Maybe we have a better ratio than I thought. Because that will allow us to keep our rally creature alive. I should have probably, well, actually, I don't know. I really needed to know if that hit. That really changed my my turnaround. You know, I'm just going to take the, I don't think we have a single card we could draw here that would save my 7/1 from death. So I'm just going to take the trade, play this, and then play a 4 cost, which is just bigger. And I forgot this had guard. So I probably should have played it in the right. Yeah, I actually just totally forgot this had guard, even though it's right on the card. As the old saying goes, reading the card explains the card. Why no premiums? Because we're in Arena, and right now you can't use premiums in Arena. It's unfortunate. That is why. And his Moon Moth Castellan gave him an Archmage. Wow. It's humongous. Let's... Well, I guess we can simply draw first.
What have we here?
We're going to rally something anyway. Okay.
I have you now.
I guess I'll Oppressor. And just ignore it. Seems like a fine way to take this. You know, if we had played this 2 over this, we could have actually gone for lethal, maybe. Because right now we only have 14 damage. But then again, holding it makes this really sweet, right?
They wouldn't lock it up.
I think so. Alright, so the other Castellan gave him a way worse card. Hooray for RNG. And that's still a pretty decent Hatchery Meddler swap. But then I have to play this thing in the right, which sucks. Just kinda sucks. Oh well.
Behold my brilliance. My scale.
The other way to do it would be sacrificing something, which doesn't really make any sense if I'm playing it to keep something alive in the first place.
We can help one
And
another.
Tel'Vaz is just kind of in the way, and
Well,
hopefully we
what
just
have
win next
we
turn.
here?
Don't have to worry about that Archmage ever again. Seven win arena complete. Feels good, man. Congratulations, Dr. Grindall. Either one. Thought about playing the card game, but I'm too involved with Elder Scrolls Online at the moment. Well, I mean, having 2 hobbies you love can't be that bad. It's a game you can play at any depth, I think. Like, for me, I'm really invested in Legends, and I always was when I was playing it, but there's no shame in just saying, hey, this is a game I enjoy playing. This is a 5-minute train ride. Wait, no, it's a 5-hour train ride. This is a 5-minute something or other. I actually forgot what the thing said. But yeah, you can play it for 5 minutes or 5 hours. You can grow a nice little beard while you're playing it. That's what the trailer told me. So, however you want to play it, you can. And unfortunately, do we have lethal at all? We can do this.
Scales move in shadow.
Yeah, we should have lethal here. I think. Unless I messed up the math. Sacrifice the creature, play Trader's Flames again. Trader's Flames actually doing really well for us. And there are no damage-based removal things he could get, so I'm just going to attack with the better one first in case of Piercing Javelin. Against a blue deck, like a Telvanni deck that we played against last time, I would attack with this one, because Lightning Bolt wouldn't break the ward. Alright, we have 2 more winners of 2-pack codes. We have Keldorn and Nimiri Za. Congratulations, I'll be sending those after the stream, right after we get this nice little 7-0. We hope. It's going well so far. This game looks like doo-doo. Usually I wouldn't justify that with a response, but it's a nice little time to plug the fact that we are currently in the midst of a developer transition, and we're going to get a complete graphic and visual overhaul coming soon. It's going to be really exciting. Excited to have a reason to talk about that, even if I have no additional information right now to give you guys. But yeah, you can see some of the spoilers. There have been articles on PC Gamer, Geek and Sundry. I posted some on the official Legends channels. A small portion of the build was available at E3 at the booth. A lot of fun to see people's initial reactions to even a small part of it. And ship. Find 2s. Is this a rebroadcast? Oh, Drunken Mimes. Those are labeled. But no, it's not. Obviously, because I responded. I think this game looks great. I think that comment looks great, Blue Sky Monster. Thank you for that. Just brightening up my Friday. Something serious. Hi, Buggy Man. How you doing? Thank you, Chef Shay.
There's only so much that honor can allow.
1-1. Well, we can answer that nicely with a 3-2.
The power of the
And we do want to answer it because that's one of those rally cards that makes our lives pretty difficult if it's allowed to stay alive for too long.
my family has endured enough.
Well, that's not ideal. Do we have a creature we can play this turn? No, we do not. See, this has all the makings of our first loss, but we're not gonna let the fear overtake us here. It's going to be a little sad that our greedy curve kind of bit us this game, but it was bound to happen eventually. And our opponents just played a rally turn 1 into a nice little haunted manor on turn 3, so we'll be okay if we have to lose this game. It seems like one we shouldn't really expect to win from here, but that makes it all the sweeter when we eventually do win. Hey, thank you very much, String Theory. I enjoyed it a lot. Hopefully we can get back there next year. I'm doing great too, Buggy Man. Well, actually, I don't know. I'm doing pretty well. I say that, but I'm like, went on vacation for last weekend to July 4th for a fun little anecdote there, and someone pulled out in front of me with a giant Ford F-150, and I swerved and did not swerve in time to miss her. So had to deal with all that, and I'm renting a car and got the car in the shop. Insurance is paying for everything, but still just super annoying because that was like day 2 of my vacation. I was really excited to not be stressed, and then it was like, hey, deal with this car accident, which like completely crunched the front corner of my car. Everyone was fine, but like her car had like this tiny little scratch because it was a tank. So I guess I'm doing pretty good. It could be better, could be worse. You know. We could make things 2-4s, which doesn't change the combat math at all. So I guess I just played this after trading. God forbid he actually gets that effect, right? Definitely don't want that to happen.
Behold my brilliance.
Is this where we can get Twitch drops? This and any other Legends stream.
And now for
But yeah, this is one of them. Yeah, I posted pictures on Twitter if you guys want to see my crunched car. It's not actually that bad. Like, it's not totaled, but it is really annoying, as you guys might expect. And I think we're going to play 3 and 2 this turn. No prophecy. Yeah, I don't even know. Is attacking there even correct? Because the prophecy would have been really bad for me. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably not correct to do that. I think I'm going to go ahead and play this over here.
Blood on the waters.
It's not going to get the power next turn. Yeah, maybe we just play the Attrition War and let him run out of cards, but because like attacking is sort of guaranteeing that he's going to have Haunted Manor fuel for a few turns. But in Arena, it's a lot harder to proc this than in Constructed, where you can build around it with a low curve. Been nailing the ally rolls, I know. Someone remind me to check the rate after this. I want to look at the deck list and see how lucky I'm really getting, because I feel like it's really lucky. Like, just way too lucky. Not that I'm complaining about it. Good Firebolt, and then... I guess I can keep Firebolt and just play these two.
I have you now.
We'll have to settle this the hard way. We must hold the gate.
Which I kind of like because I don't need the ring anymore. It gives me a nice guard.
Must I do everything
And
myself?
allows me to, you know, set up Trader's Flames here. Next turn I can go Firebolt and Swamp Leviathan. That's just a lie because I'm out of ring charges. So all the reasons besides that last one are good reasons. Wow. This guy is the king of rallies. It's the 3rd one he's played. I guess I just answer it with an Outcast, right? Probably just go in here. We've already kind of committed.
Will not fall. I learn quickly.
Mud and mayhem.
Although, actually, do we win if we play the Leviathan instead? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We should have lethal anyway. This dies, actually, so it's only 7. It should be lethal anyway. Might as well get the drain out there. If I play it over here, little things can eat guards that he plays. If I play it over there, I could trade with that, but I can already Firebolt it, probably. I think it's fine over here, honestly. Ooh, one thing I'm not playing around is Dawn's Wrath, because I like defaulted to Constructed mindset, where a Haunted Manor deck would never play Dawn's Wrath. But this is Arena, and he definitely could have taken Dawn's Wrath. The odds of that are low. We already saw one Legendary, but the odds are, they exist, right? Definitely exists. Oh, thank you very much, Lufietta. Alright, we have Drain on his turn. Can you give tips on how to improve draw skills? Hey, if we didn't play this turn, we totally could have played this.
Just tell me who to stand.
But no, I can't. I wish I could. Nyx Ox is doing a lot of Magicka gaming. Trail of Flame. So yeah. If I had done that correctly, will it not show me what died? Well, I'm pretty sure if I had done that correctly, I would at least be knocking on Lethal's door. I don't think I'd have it, though. Yeah, I think I'd still be a little bit off of Lethal, so I'm not too mad about it. But I'm a little mad about it. Definitely just a little mad about it. I think we're just going to firebolt that, drain for 7, and try to set it up again. That was a good punish. I'm kind of glad I got punished there, because there's actually more cards that punish me there than I thought. Usually it was just Dawn's Wrath and Immolating Blast, but since Trial of Flame came out, that's another one, and it's only a rare, so while it's not a thing you always take when you see it, it's definitely a card that you can't just not play around ever. And we didn't really have a reason not to play around it, considering we'd also be playing around other cards. Tempted to jump in the Tussle now? You should totally do it. Nothing to lose. Except for all your time when you realize that you just can't stop playing. But that's fine. And this is fine too, I imagine. Now we just don't want him to give this drain with anything. I mean, realistically, we should be able to close this gap before he deals 29 damage to me. Another rally card would have been better earlier. Just needs 6 damage. It's not that crazy. Could go Leviathan, Shaman. The problem with playing like this and this is that neither of them by themselves are lethal. But of course, if he has removal, this will bite it. And I play them over here so he can't equip an item and trade over it. And just have to hope the 8/8 survives. If it doesn't, we'll have to reassess and desperately try to claw our way back into the game. But yeah, bouncing it, leading into killing it would be a solid turn for him. And if I had gotten that extra damage, even if I wouldn't have had lethal, would have probably set up this to be lethal. So you could probably still trace this loss back to the misplay if it does in fact turn into a loss. Which I really hope it doesn't. But if it does, can't really blame anyone but myself. And the fact that I didn't have a play until, like, I did miss a turn. Yeah, it was turn 3 I missed. How can you get the card back the opponent has? Yeah, I think this is just like, I forget. It is the Morrowind card back, though. It's like your first opening of a Morrowind pack or something. It's like the one I don't know. But a lot of the card backs you get for winning 30 games with any of the houses. So like 30 games with Hlaalu are going to give you the Hlaalu card back.
If you're looking for trouble, you'll find it.
Still cool to watch this game as I've just started playing myself. Well, welcome to the game. Glad you're enjoying it. And yikes. Almost lethal. Pretty awkward. I wish we had any card draw because I have a Shadow Shift somewhere in my deck. That would be really good here. I can Trader's Flames and get rid of that entire board. I imagine that has to happen.
Blood and briar.
It's really depressing, though. He's going to probably have to take that trade, though. He only has 12. He could just kill me with 1 more point of damage. But yeah, I can't play Trader's Flames and this. And that's just kind of sad. I just have to hope the damage on board is the only damage he can find. And then he's going to just trade, and then I'm still not going to have lethal, but we'll have to see what we can draw. But yeah, I don't think there's any draw that I can get lethal off of. Giant Bat, actually. So he has to not kill me here, only be able to deal with that, and then I can draw exactly Giant Bat and win. I think I'm dead. Light of the 3. Alright, well I think I can trace that loss back to... Actually, no, because he would play the guard anyway. So, I don't know. It might have been a different game if I had not gotten Trial of Flames so hard, but... Still, he had a good deck, played it well, had a better draw, so things happen. But we have 2 more giveaways because you guys win even if we don't. Chrisdu97 and Logan Braddock, I'll be sending those codes after the stream. That lethal was lit. I see what you did there. Yeah, the ESO stream is in a little bit under 2 hours, 6 p.m. Eastern. How do you enter? Oh, for the giveaways, all you have to do is be following Bethesda and just be in the viewer list here. So you're ready to go, as long as you're following the stream. Yep. Did CVH say earlier there are special Tessel drops if you watch the ESO stream? I did not. I said exactly the opposite. I said there are special Legends drops if you watch the Legends stream. Yeah, I do like the Light 3 Premium. I was lucky enough to pull one. Another Telvanni. This is the third Telvanni mirror match we've played against. Out of now 6 games? Yeah, not a bad run so far. Couldn't keep the undefeated streak going, but it's still pretty good. And then it's just loss after loss. Haven't pulled a Legend in a month and 3 weeks. I mean, if you just decided to buy like a pack bundle, I'm sure you could pull one. Sorry to hear that, Adam. Sorry to hear about the hotel Wi-Fi. The constant struggle. I know it all too well. We already have at least one early play. And a bunch of later plays. Anyone got any great weekend plans? Or had a 4th of July plan that was just so good you have to share it? We apparently have a little bit of time here while we're waiting on our opponent's play. Never mind. Oh, ringing this out pays off whenever I draw a 2 or a 3. So I'll just do it. Nice to see you too, Silas of the Lambs.
I slay the unworthy.
Okay. Yeah. Not great. Definitely not great. And that's just going to be there for a while, I imagine. And then likely trade with the 4-drop if I eventually try to kill it. Or I could just draw Firebolt, but I kind of want to play a creature next turn. Oh man. 2/2 Gearwork Spider. What a beating. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I think we should probably get rid of that. Could take it a bit slower. We have a really good mid-game. Templar next turn into a Sails Through Storms that we'll hope will survive. Try to take some trades. Can you confirm the end of the month login reward is guaranteed to give me a legendary I already have? Relax playing Tessel, ESO, and some other games. Nice. That is the Bethesda approved response. What's your favorite house to play? If I say it, people will get mad. House Lalu recently. It's good for those fast games, good for those fast wins, good for making people upset. Which isn't why I play it, but it is a thing that happens. But I really like experimenting with that deck, because it's a deck that I feel like everyone knows is really good, but I also feel like the best build hasn't been discovered, and I feel like I'm constantly getting just that little bit closer. I tracked my stats last season. I only had about 111 games with the deck, which is low for me, from like rank 4 to Legend. And because I didn't play the last week because I was working on tournament stuff, I mostly finished. I finished like 300 some Legends, which wasn't as high as I wanted. If I had been able to play the last 5 days, I could have gone for a finish. But my win rate was 73.3% over rank 4 to Legend in 111 games. And my win rate so far this season with it is like a little bit higher than that, but we'll have to see what happens. But I feel like I'm getting ever closer to the best builds. Or the correct build. Wow. Pretty good. Maybe I should have moved it and then done that. But then maybe I do fight through this eventually. Okay. So if I had done that and moved it first, then you might actually be able to kill it next turn. Still just thinking the 6/6 is good here. But I changed the build like 5 or 6 cards from last season's builds. I haven't really. I like pretended my build is like way different. I do think it's different. It's not the same 50. It's not the same 75 as any other Lalu build I've seen. Spill some special CVH Lalu tech that us common folk haven't discovered yet. I will say a couple things about the build. I might stream it this weekend on my own account. That's twitch.tv/IMCVH. You'll notice it hasn't streamed in a while, but aiming to change that soon. Might stream it this weekend. Haven't streamed since E3, but a couple things. Definitely don't play Conscription. I don't think that was ever really good, but a lot of people did. But I think now people are not playing it. I am playing Hidden Trail. I think Hidden Trail is better than Fervor for reasons I could probably get into, but it might be boring. I went back and forth on my 1-drops. I'm in Marksman right now. I'm playing Marksman and Corner Club Gambler instead of Cultists, because my win rate against Tribunal was no joke, 90% last season, so I was like, I don't really need Cultist if I'm already going 90% against Tribunal, which it literally was 90%, I'm not even making that up. My losing decks were, I lost once against Spellsword and never saw another Spellsword last season, so it's a 0% win rate against Spellsword, and I had a bad win rate against Dagoth, it was under 50%, but I feel like I could probably turn that around to slightly favorable maybe. I feel like there was some unlucky moments there, but yeah. A little bit of the deck. A little bit of the spoilers of the deck. I cannot play this with the benefit this turn.
Sorry it had to
Probably
come to
take some
this.
trades.
Sorry it had to come to
Probably
this.
take some trades and just play Outcast.
You can't defeat me.
That seems good. Sails through storms, does it again. As in, pilfers once, gets a pretty good creature, then dies. Now in Constructed, a lot of the time, it just dies before you pilfer, which is way worse. But in Arena, there we go. You don't even own 3 Hidden Trails? Yeah, so the reason I think Hidden Trails is better, and I do just think it's straight up better than Divine Fervor in that deck, it makes it slightly worse against Tribunal, but I feel like if you're teching, like, if you're like, oh, thank God my Divine Fervor protects me from Ice Storm, at that point you should just be playing either a different deck or teching like Cultists and stuff, and I didn't find it necessary ever. It weaves into your turns easier. It's 20% less expensive, so you can play it in that many more turns that you wouldn't normally be able to play Divine Fervor, which is important because you already have kind of a lot of supports. And it also activates, well, first of all, the Shadow Lane both lanes is pretty good sometimes when you're the aggressor, and my version is definitely trying to be the aggro more often than not, more often than a lot of Lalu builds. And it also enables Lalu Oathman that much more of the time, because Divine Fervor is yellow, that's not doing anything for us. So, you know, getting that green card on the board. It's not as good as Haunted Manor in that respect, but it is still half of the effect. You heard it from CVH, everyone plays Spell Sword, 100% win rate versus Lalu. Yeah, wait till I tell you what kind of Spell Sword. I'm pretty sure it was a slightly modified starter deck, because I was getting beaten down by Karthspire's Scourges and Spine of Elder's Bloods. And before I knew it, I had lost. And then I never saw another Spell Sword. It's really weird. Really, really weird. I guess I could just do this, attack. Let's draw cards. And do this, drain, drain again. And I think play Cat's Paw because we probably want to use it to Trader's Flames. Oh no, that was a mistake. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad Trader's Flames, but if I had played this, I would have exact lethal. Oops. Yep, that's 12 damage. I'm not saying it definitely would have happened, because he could just have any removal whatsoever. And in that case, our play accidentally works better. But yeah, we probably should have played Cunning Ally just to represent 13 damage. He might be assuming that I have more damage in hand anyway, which I don't. This giant bat represents the extent of the reach in this entire deck. Okay, so he could reduce my damage just by enough. Yeah, Karthspire Scourge, I don't even know if, well, I think he was playing Aerostorm too. And Aerostorm is one of those cards that's really not that good, but really, really good against Lalu in the early game. It was something else. So yeah, definitely beat a lot of good decks and lost to a bunch of Karthspire Scourges.
I learn quickly.
Yeah, it's just a really good Trader's Flames, even though we didn't win this turn. Drawing a bunch of cards, getting that drain. What a turn. Trader's Flames is really good this run. It's like that level of good where you're thinking to yourself, maybe it is okay and constructed. I think it would be good in like a Telvanni control deck if those all weren't trying to do something very specific and Ice Storm and Drain Vitality both didn't exist. It's one of those cards that if we had set rotations now and Ice Storm and Drain Vitality rotated out, Trader's Flames could be a major player. But all the Telvanni decks are really trying to do specific things. Like they're either focused on the Nixox combo or just a bunch of small things for conscription, Was Tullius ever playable? Yeah, in like token spell swords, depending on the meta. When the game first came out, there were a lot of token decks, and token spell sword was really popular and good. This was before. It was before Incarno, it was before Ulfric's Housecarl. So token spell sword was just the thing to do. Haunting Spirit and Young Mammoth and Siege Catapult and a bunch of yellow token guys. And Tullius was good in there, because it was good against the other token decks, essentially. GG, and we are 5-1? 6-1? I'll take 6-1. I'll take either of them. 5-1, okay. We can probably finish this one before we leave. And Caniac222 and Thuldir, congratulations. You are the 2 winners of 2-pack codes apiece. Or codes worth 2 packs of Houses of Morrowind each. There we go. Yeah, people just didn't play Token Crusader and Mage at that point. Token Mage is probably just fine because Lightning Bolt and Wardcrafter were both out. Token Crusader didn't have as... I mean, I think the draw is what put Token Crusader to be kind of over the top, but just Nord Firebrands, probably still good. Probably still good enough. The turn 1 Enraged Mudcrab. Next time a new card has Trader in its name, can I reveal it? Okay, Joe. I got you. Yeah, it's a funny card. Remember when this card was revealed? Oh no. Half of his 2-drop is going to eat my Mudcrab. Is there any reason to do the trade for him? I think it's fine if he double trades there instead. I think that's okay.
The waters of life.
Can we nerf Ash Berserker? See, I don't know if Ash Berserker is OP. Oh, jeez. Missed the tail. So far away. Hold on. Can I move it? Yeah, good. A little better there. And someone said it looks like I'm streaming from a spaceship. I basically am. Basically a spaceship. Do I want to save this? Or do I just want to get the biggest thing in my hand on the board? I think I like getting the stats on the board now. Ash Berserker is really good, but I don't think I would put it at the top of the list to get nerfed. I mean, it is being made better by cards like Haunted Manor, which are probably more in line with needing to be nerfed. This is actually an okay hatchery meddler. Make it a 3-4, take a favorable trade. Don't ruin my plan, please. God, what did he Galen? This card is so good in Arena.
The war claws and their pay.
Okay. Does not ruin my plan.
Behold my brilliance.
Incremental advantage. Can I reveal the next card with Joe in its name?
The Redorin demand your death. The waters of life.
Yeah, I mean, like, saying it's understated, it's true, but not necessarily the deciding factor. Like, for its effect, it's just a good card. Like, no one's saying, wow, it's bad because it doesn't have great stats. Because Manticore was a 10-drop 6/6, and that was a staple for, like, a year. And, you know, Tel'Vos again, well, it's a 6-cost 5/4, but it has Ward, which kind of adds to stats. Like, Ash Berserker's 4/3 body, doesn't have Ward, just simply a 4/3, which is not good for a 4-drop, but its effect is really good. But I think it's probably okay. I would say it's probably okay.
You've never
It's being made better by other cards.
You've never understood my
I don't think I go in here just for 3 damage. I don't think it's really worth it. Not sure how to nerf Haunted Manor without making it unplayably bad. Yeah, I mean, I think making it a 4 cost would really hurt the card, but I still think it'd be playable. I did think more people would play Hisgrove after the nerf, though, so maybe I'm not the authority on what's playable after a 1 magic a hit, right? Could just Giant Bat.
my work.
Still kind of scared to attack. play this out. Just in case he deals with the 5-1, I'll have a 4-4 next turn to take a trade over the 3-3. And in no way am I confirming that nerfs are happening soon. I would not expect nerfs on the current build of the game. I'm pretty sure that's kind of obvious based on what I've said before, but just in case it wasn't, don't expect nerfs on the current build of the game. Almost definitely not going to happen. And I'm not going to confirm that there are going to be nerfs to certain cards even after that. It's all theoretical at this point, but theoretically I don't think I would nerf Ash Berserker, and I would look at Haunted Manor and Tel'Vas and maybe Oathman, maybe Manor before then. There's a few cards that I'm personally looking at and thinking about, but I don't think Ash Berserker is really one of them.
You've never understood my
Hit, Bloodline Outcast, right? Actually, maybe not. I don't know what that trade was going to be. Jesus, this is way better. This dies anyway. Yeah, I think I just play this. Because this will finish that off cleanly. Cleanly? I don't even know adjectives anymore. If I play this anyway, I have to hit this and it goes down to a 7-2 immediately. Whereas if I play these, I can deal with this more effectively. I lose a 2-2. I draw a card, and then I have a totally healthy 7-7 on the board. It's going to be great.
Death comes to us all.
See, everyone says there's no diversity. I think there's a ton of diversity. And I played a bunch last season. I played against, well, I mean, Spellsword wasn't really a thing, like I said. But it wasn't really a thing before then either. So I can't really blame Holly for that one. But I played against a ton of different decks. The tournament, the Master Series decks were, I would say, really diverse. Like, if you look at those lineups, like, Hlalu just wasn't in the top 3 lineups. Well, no, I don't even think it was in, it might have been in one lineup. But 1 out of 3, that doesn't strike me as oppressive. There was a lot of control. I saw Tribunal decks of various types, Telvanni decks of various types, Assassin. There was some, what was it? Yeah, there was some Dagoth, tons of Dagoth, some Archer, I think. There was some aggro, obviously. There was some Crusaders, some Warriors, some Hlalu. But I don't know. I thought there was a lot of diversity. You forget in the tournament that bans exist? But, I mean, there were no Hlalu decks in the top 3 after bans or before bans. They didn't bring them. And, like, yeah, bans do change the dynamics somewhat. But I don't think these people were planning on banning Hlalu every time. Like, these control decks kind of do well against Hlalu. There we go with that. Need to kill that. Maybe some diversity, but top legend finishes have been pretty exclusively been Hlalu, Control Scout, Control Telvanni, and 1 mid Dagoth player. I mean, that seems like 4 different decks. If we're saying 4 different decks are tier 1, that's like a wider tier 1 than you'd expect pretty much ever. And like, there are various forms of them, right? There's like different forms of Control Scout, there's different forms of Telvanni for sure, because you can play the combo, you can play without the combo. Much different ways to do that. Do I want to do this? Yes.
Your death will be painful. I serve the house with valor.
Still need to kill that. Ideally while keeping Outcast alive. I mean, I like the argument that the meta is stale, because I'm not arguing that. I think that's somewhat true, especially for the competitive part of the meta, where, like, yeah, people know these 4 or 5 decks are really good, and yes, I have to beat those decks if I want to play in a tournament. Or I have to play those decks and beat other versions of decks that are either those decks or trying to beat those decks. The meta is solved to that extent. I don't think the best decks, like the best builds of these decks, are solved. I think that continues to evolve, which is cool. So for me, it's fine, and I'm playing against a variety of different decks to where I don't think 2 decks are stalemating the meta. But at the same time, it's been like 3 months, and people have kind of realized what's going on. But besides the fact that it's stale, I wouldn't say that it's inherently less diverse than it should be. I wouldn't expect metas that are much more diverse than this ever in a card game, ever. You'd be kind of hard-pressed to find them, but the argument still stands that, yeah, you can be tired of seeing these decks. Even though there's a few of them, you can still be tired of seeing them. But I mean, I know Aini was playing like mid-range Monk. I've seen all kinds of different decks. I've seen Monk, Crusader, Hlalu, Redoran at High Legend, Scout, Telvanni, Tribunal. Dagoth, like you mentioned. Like, this is a lot of different decks, any of which can finish top 10 Legend.
Sorry it had to come to
So I think it's a pretty good spot, honestly.
before dishonor.
It's a lot of different decks you can take to High Legend if you feel so inclined. And then you can make the argument, well, I can finish High Legend with this deck, but it's still not quite as good as Lalu or the other Tier 1 decks, but I mean, that's just the nature of things being different power levels. At that point, the sad thing is that these decks are so good for such a long time.
There's only so much that honor Give me a blade and a soft throat. Forward.
Any chance you could give a hint on the general time frame of the new UI rollout? I can give a general hint. It will be sometime after today. Really general. Wait, did I risk a random hand buff? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, did I do something wrong? Oh, like if I played that and then... I don't know what I did wrong. There's a chance I made an ordering mistake there. Definitely a chance of that. 5 and 9 should be the play? I think. Yeah, there we go. So tomorrow, it's not tomorrow either. Throwing that out there. Alright, we're 6 and 1. We have one more to go if we want this nice 7-win reward bundle. Let's throw some pack codes away as well. Alright, we have 2 more winners of 2 packs of Houses of Morrowind. We have Amiron and Olaf III. Congratulations, guys. I'm sending those codes after the stream. And I think since you guys have been so awesome and bearing with us every week that we don't announce the relaunch or the refresh or whatever we're going to say about it, is another week we give away a 60-pack bundle. So after this game, we'll pick one winner instead, and that person will win 60 packs of Houses of Morrowind instead. You did win Olaf III, and someone's going to win really big. CVH, I love you. I hate to break this to you, but you actually love Wes. Wes was the person picking the names. I was just the one saying your name. But, yep. It's okay. Yes, 60, right? If we just have these 60-pack bundles, we might as well use them, man. It's the dreaded Lalu. Have we played against Lalu this run yet? Maybe once. Maybe once. I kind of want to keep this. I know it's going to be an aggressive deck, but I really want early game too. And we find some of it. Just a little bit of it. Alright, we can play a 1-2 against a 1-1. Seems good. And just in case he's trying to bait me over there and then move it over somehow, we have a giant bat to attack into it. So this is a pretty good start for us. It's a pretty good start for him too, but it's a pretty good start for us. Yeah, Pete still plays Legends. He's usually like busy, but he's definitely going to get back on a stream eventually. Maybe I'll see if he can come next week. See if he's free. Do you guys want Pete back? What should we make them type if they want Pete back? Let's defer to Muba. It's really good. It's the gavel. I'm not so sure that that's worth it for him to do, but it's been done. Because it only prevents the damage on his turn. Oh, we missed the ally, but it's bound to happen. Anyone else have a stream on the team I can watch during the week as well? On the Bethesda side of things, I don't think so. I mean, there are other Bethesda streams that aren't Legends, if that's what you're after. But as for Legends streams, I don't think so. I mean, there's a bunch of other Legends streams. I mean, if you're bored one day or just want to watch some Legends, go to the Twitch Elder Scrolls Legends page and you'll probably find someone. You'll probably find a few people. You'll probably find someone you like, though.
Let's heat things up.
Oh, if you want, you don't have to do anything. I'll be sending the codes for the pack codes through your Twitch Whisper messages about an hour from now, probably. Whenever the stream concludes. Trade, and play a hatchery meddler for like no value.
I have you now.
Okay.
Behold my brilliance.
Yeah, we're already 2 cards ahead of him. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I've got a lot of free time. Somehow I doubt that. I'm glad you want to watch some Legends either way. Alright, we have Shadow Shift is good. It's pretty good. We can Shadow Shift and use Giant Bat to get a better trade over there. And I still don't think I'm going to give him any cards right now. And we can use bad over strike. Strike deals a little bit more damage. I'm gonna wait until I get some of my big, beefy 6 and 7 cost cards before I start giving him cards.
This should be good.
Greystone Ravager. Yeah, we can just take that Reverberating Strike probably. For now, I'll play this. This will get bigger by next turn, but if I play a 2-2, I want to play something in the left, and it might die to like a charger or something if it's small.
I am the emptiness at the center of your house.
4-3. Pretty solid. I wish I had my strike still. I guess I could just use Spirit Knife to cycle, but I feel like this is needed later to deal with something larger. So for now, I'm just going to play the 4-4 and the 1-1 and trade. The main argument to play this would be the draw cards, but I don't want to lose my only real answer to a large threat. He's only been playing like moderately large things. It could easily be, I don't know, Sails Through Storms. Kinral Burglar. That thing which is still too big. Why did it have to hit the rally? No, there's a Sails Through Storms. This is gonna get weird now. I can't deal with it. There's no sense to Spirit Knife it down to 4-1. Please don't have movement. But if I play it over here, I almost definitely get one attack in, and then he almost definitely kills it. I'm just gonna play it over here and hope he doesn't have movement. Because then I can just hopefully keep this alive forever and win the game off of the back of it. God, 4-8. This would be the perfect Spirit Knife target. In fact, that's a lot of the reason I liked this card when I saw it, is because I finally got a common answer to one of the most common threats. It's fine. Just anything but removal or silence or movement. That's a lot when I say it out loud that I don't want him to have.
Let's see if we can't regenerate.
Okay, now it's even larger. Still probably fine. I can Trader's Flames this turn and then follow it up with Spirit Knife. Or I could just play the Outcasts. I guess I see what I get first.
Sail Through Storms does it again.
Dance in the flames.
Reachman Shaman. Well, that attack is fine because it doesn't give him a card. Do I want to hit for 4? He's going to be draining for 10 or 6, so I don't think this 4 damage really matters. I think I just play the Outcast. And do I even want to Throne Aligned, maybe, to give this guard just to protect against chargers? Okay, so next turn I'm going to Trader's Flames. And should kill both of these, plus maybe something else that he plays. Get this down to 6-6. Get this to drain over it. Pilfer again. That is huge! That is way too much. And I'm out of range again. If I play Trader's Flames, well, it still kills these two, which is pretty solid, but then this will just survive at 1. Ooh, that's really good, though. Alright, so it's still a Trader's Flames turn. See, it looks like I'm going to lose, but I'm actually feeling incredibly confident right now. This is just, ooh, that's really good, too.
Sail Through Storms does it again.
Perhaps we can help
Tell Voss? My god.
Blood and briar.
Alright, so we Trader's Flames. Smack. Sacrifice. Smack them all again. I think we try to ride this out for a little bit and keep it around.
Death will be painful.
So we're just gonna drain for 8 here. And Ash Oppressor. Doesn't matter if we don't get that trade, it'll be a little bit sad, but if we don't, we can just Spirit Knife. And I'm feeling like I'm in total control right now. How is, oh man, Trader's Flames was the unexpected MVP of this run. Bloodline Outcast was the expected MVP. We knew that card was gonna be good. I was not sure about Trader's Flames. And it's just been really, really absurdly good.
If you're looking for trouble, you'll find it.
I wish I had another one. So Spirit Knife is still really good there, and then I can drain over that, and then use the ward to make this slightly better, or just do that. My goodness. Wait, no, it only deals 7. I'm bad. Wait, no, I have finish off for that. Never mind, it's fine. It's perfect. It's not perfect, but it's fine. I don't know. Wish I had a better way to deal with that. only deals 7. That's so lame. Nah, that's fine. Actually, just fine. I don't even need to use the ward there if I don't want. I could develop another guard over here. No, I couldn't because I need to finish off. Yeah.
Sorry it had to come to this.
I could have done this first, but it also gives him a card or a potential prophecy. Do I want a Glass Greaves? I don't know if it's worth it right now. Wow. Free 8/8. How many cards are in my deck? Alright, I still got 5. We're good to go. I'm pretty sure I can just win next turn. I'm going to play this guard just to protect against like a Nord Firebrand here. But I'm at 21 with a face ward, so I'm pretty sure I live. I've never felt quite as confident this run as surviving as I am right now. Do you play Hearthstone? I used to play Hearthstone. I've pretty much dipped into every card game that's in existence. Nice win calling it early. I don't think this is too early. I'm going to go out on a limb here and also think that I probably win. Wow, that's pretty sick animation there. Have not had Writ of Execution played on me before. What can do 21 damage and break ward with 2 cards? Yeah, that's a good question. But he has a Haunted Manor, guys. Anything's possible. It's really not possible. And I guess I should just hit and see what happens. I really probably shouldn't do that just in case I don't win this turn. 8. Yeah, we just win. GG. And a nice little 7-1. We were losing 40-5. Never lose hope. Just look for the lines that get you back in the game. All right, 365. I should have hyped this up more. It's the winner of the 60-pack bundle of Houses of Morrowind is 365 Tsunami. Congratulations. I'll be sending that giant code later. The codes are actually the same size, but the pack bundle you'll get when you redeem it is just massive. So congratulations, 365 Tsunami, and all of our other winners. Expect those codes somewhere in the next hour in your Twitch Whisper messages. For now, I think we're gonna open these rewards and sign off. Again, the ESO stream is in about an hour and 20 minutes or so, at 6 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned, or just go away for a little bit and then come back. Either way works. But thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you had a great Friday. If you have any other questions, I guess I could answer those now. Again, I have no concrete news surrounding the refresh that I can share right now with the new Sparky Pants client. Not quite yet. Nothing new to tease. I'm sorry. Really excited again for the Master Series. The tournaments have been really fun to watch so far, all one of them. And there is another one of them tomorrow. And on Sunday is the official cast with Justin and Charmer. They're going to LA again. 3 epics is pretty good, if I do say so myself. 12 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/TES Legends. Twitch.tv/TES Legends. And if you missed last week's broadcast, it's on youtube.com/TES Legends. That's right, we have a Legends YouTube and a Legends Twitch, and we're using them. If you mess it up and you find yourself here instead on Sunday, should be fine because we'll host the stream anyway. Can we put that link in the chat one more time? Just one more time? Yes. All right, if you didn't sign up yet for the Master Series, qualifier starts tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. Top 8 will play off on Sunday. It's free to enter. The link is going up in chat as we speak. So definitely, I think it's worth your while if you happen to have some spare time this weekend. You might win part of a $1,000 prize pool. You might get a ticket to QuakeCon and get to play for part of a $50,000 prize pool. First place getting $20,000 to QuakeCon in August. So yeah, probably something that if you enjoy Legends is worth your time and should be a lot of fun. And I'm really excited to see who and what does well. I haven't really had that much crab, actually. Yeah, Polka does have a mud crab friend. I have a mud crab and a couple netches at my cubicle. It's pretty great. All right, guys. That about does it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your Friday. I'll be back here next week, same time, same place. Enjoy the Masters Series. See you then.